Okay, everyone. This is a bit of a overview, update, more visual presentation or overview of this. This is the mini AV to HDMI converter with an upscaling up to 1080p. If you can see here on the side, it does upscale. It's got a switch there that allows you to upscale. Oh, sorry for that. There we go. Hold on. Let's see what's here for a second. Trying to get more into focus here. Hold on. But yeah, it allows you to as you can see, upscale. It's got a switch there. Sorry about that. It's got a switch there that allows you to upscale from 720 to 1080p. Now, as you could also see, the input is exactly the input is right here. This is where your audio video system, whether it's a game console most of the time, or VHS, or VCR, I should say, maybe even a DVD player, goes into. And then on this side, you have the output, which is your HDMI cable, which, when you come over here, for me, is this right here. This is my HDMI cable that I switch out sometimes with this, which is the Blu-ray one, to play my games and systems. Now, over here, you might notice that near the switch for the 720 and 1080 options or picture options. Sorry about that. Like I said, if you notice next to the switch for the 720 1080p options, is you got a USB cord there. Okay, a bit of a USB power cord there. And normally when these converters come with it, these mini converters come with it, you don't necessarily always have to use it, because most of the time, if you have a regular television, which some people still do, you just get the HDMI to AV converter, which I've shown you before, and you don't have to use the USB cord for it. However, as you can see right over here, that's the USB cord right there. That's the USB cord right there, connected to the USB port on the system. So by being connected, it kind of charges it. Basically, these are the kind of things that you do have to charge, but unfortunately, they do not have any kind of indication of something that needs to be charged. Like, they don't let you know how much needs to be charged, how long it's going to take to be charged. It doesn't have no lights or anything like that to kind of distinguish that. Sorry for the fastness there. I'm sorry. So it doesn't have anything connected, but as you could see, it is connected primarily. Now, what this is connected to right now, what that's connected to right now, if we can zoom in on it, hold on. What it's connected to right now is my GameCube right here. It's connected to my GameCube right here, and the picture quality comes out pretty good. Now, it does also work with your plug-and-play games, like let's say your Atari flashback systems. It does work with those. And it does, of course, work with the PS2, the Dreamcast, and I haven't tested it yet, but I'm pretty certain it works with the PS1. Now, with that said, if you have this, let me get this out for a second. If you have this on hand, and you have the player, which I do, which is right here, that's the Game Boy player. If you have this on hand, then that is primarily the only way you're going to be able to play any cartridge-based games. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to be able to play these cartridge-based games you might have in your collection. And the reason I say that is because, unfortunately, put that back up there. Unfortunately, the reason I say that the reason I say that, let me see if I zoom this in a little bit. Hold on. Here we go. Unfortunately, the reason I say that is due to the fact that if you have any cartridge-based games, hold on, let me do this better. Sorry about that. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, what I'm saying is, the reason I say that is, if you have any cartridge-based games, if you will, on well, basically, let's say this: if you have a Super Nintendo, or maybe a original NES with the audio-video option on the side, or if you have a Sega Genesis or Master System, maybe the original Neo Geo with those big cartridges, if you will, an N64 perhaps. There is a strong chance that they're not going to look well it's not going to look good on the television with the help of the mini HDMI converter that I showed you. The reason I say that, and hold on for a sec, I'll be right back. I'll show you what I'm talking about. The reason I say that is due to the fact that if you have this, a cartridge-based game like this here, like this is my Bonkers one. If you have this, then you're going to get primarily you're going to get the picture. Let me put it this way: the picture will come in. You'll see the picture. Sound quality and everything will be good. The sound quality will be good and everything. You'll be able to play the game and see the picture. However, due to the fact that this is a cartridge-based game, even though you'll be able to see the picture, the color will look like as if you left something out in the sun. I'll give you an example. Let's say you leave this out in the sun for too long, right? You leave it outside in the sun. You leave that out in the sun for too long, right? Basically, everybody knows that if you leave some kind of color item, whether it's a picture, a comic, or whatever, in the sun for too long, it becomes faded. Well, basically, that's what the color for the picture looks like when you use the converter here. Basically, the color looks completely faded, about 90% faded, 10% there, but 90% faded. Now, it might depend on what you have to use for a picture mode, like you go vivid, condensed, movie, gaming. Those might work, but still, it's not going to look very well, because even in standard, the picture, you can see the color and everything, but the color is just completely blah. Now, like I said, you may have to go to Vivid or Gaming just to probably get a, or mostly Vivid option on your television to get good enough color, but that still probably won't be enough. It's mainly the fact that because of these cartridges, it's mainly because of these that like I said, you'll get the picture and everything, except the picture quality, the color and everything will be completely almost washed out. It'd be like if someone loosened the coax cable on the RF coax that you would use as the other option to play your game, and loosened it to the point that you could still play the game, hear the game, but the color is almost completely gone. And there's a reason for that, in my opinion. This is just my opinion on it. Is because unlike a CD-based game or DVD or Blu-ray-based game, you got these pins here. You see these pins? That's basically how they transfer the signal to the into the game console. Because when you connect the game console, or connect the game to the game console, it clicks in. Basically, it's a chip connecting into its device. Okay? It's basically connecting a chip into a device, kind of like you do with SD cards and everything. So, long story short, because that's the reasoning behind this, again, you'll get picture, you'll get sound, you'll be able to play it and see it, but the color will be completely almost washed out, to the point that, like I said, it'd be like if you left something in the sun for too long and the sun faded the color. Let's put it that way. Now, there is a way, like I said, to do it. Like I mentioned earlier, with these in the Game Boy Player, it will allow you. That will be the only way. Is if you have a